In this video, I'm going to explain why Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" while he was on the cross. So firstly, let's discuss who was Jesus? What was his purpose? Why was he there? What is Jesus? What does it mean to be Jesus? So we're going to look at some passages from the Old Testament where they are prophesying about Jesus, and then that makes of course, the New Testament reliable. So then we can go look at the New Testament, and it's really saying that Jesus is the Messiah. So it says Zechariah 9:9, "Rejoice greatly, daughter Zion. Shout, daughter Jerusalem. See your king come to you, righteous and victorious, lowly riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey." So we see in the New Testament, whenever Jesus goes into Jerusalem right before he gets crucified, he is riding on a donkey. So that's him. Isaiah 7:14, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel." And of course, Jesus was born of the Virgin Mary. So again, Jesus. Isaiah 11 verses 1 through 5. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. From his roots a branch will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him. The Spirit of wisdom and of understanding. The Spirit of counsel and of might. The Spirit of knowledge and fear of the Lord. And he will delight in the fear of the Lord. He will not judge by what he sees with his eyes, or decide what he hears with his ears. But with righteousness he will judge the needy. With justice he will give decisions for the poor of the earth. He will strike the earth with the rod of his mouth. The breath of his lips will slay the wicked. Righteous will be his belt, and faithfulness the sash around his waist. So again, this is prophesying to be Jesus. And you look into the New Testament and you see Jesus claims to be God multiple times. The apostles worship him and believe in him as God. So you see Jesus is God, and he came here to die for our sins. So that's who Jesus is. So let's look at Psalms 22 verse 1. It says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish?" So you take the first part of that verse, and it's exactly what Jesus said. Which, okay, like he's quoting the New Testament, but why? So let's look a bit further on down the passage at verse 6. "But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by everyone, despised by the people. All who see me mock me, they hurl insults, shaking their heads." That's verses 6 and 7 of that exact same chapter. And what do people do whenever they passed by and saw Jesus? They hurled insults at him. So he is claiming to be this prophesied Messiah. And then we look at verses 14 and 17 through 18. "I am poured out like water. All my bones are out of joint. My heart has turned to wax. It has melted within me." That's 14. 17. "All my bones are on display. People stare at and gloat over me. They divide my clothes among them and cast lots for my garment." So what is he doing here? He is claiming to be that Messiah. And so point 3, what did he mean? He was claiming to be the Son of God. He wasn't just crying out for help. He wasn't saying, "Oh God, why have you left me? I'm here just dying on a cross and you don't care about me." He was claiming to be God himself. And so that's just adding to the list of amount of times that Jesus claimed to be God in the Gospels. So this was showing him that he was the one to come. He is the beginning and the end. He really is the way, the truth, and the life, because he is what the Old Testament prophesies. You can join my free community with the first link in my bio.